my name is Greg Andrade, and I'm a candidate for a degree in the Master of Educational Technology at Boise State University. To give you a little bit about my background, I've been a graphic design and digital imaging educator for the past 19 years. A few years ago, I was given the opportunity to add digital photography to my courses. Prior to teaching, I've been a graphic designer in the Palm Springs area for over 25 years. People ask me, why Boise State? Why not go to a local master's program in education? I really felt that that was too easy of a solution. I wanted more. I wanted a challenge. A colleague of mine suggested Boise State EdTech program since he went there and he really enjoyed it. Investigating the program, it was right up my alley with the rigor and technology, and that was really what I was looking for. A program to introduce more technology at a higher level, to implement more technology into what I was already teaching. These 2 years have been an incredible journey. I have been empowered and has made me a better educator using the skills I've learned at Boise State. My classes have been transformed into a more constructivistic learning environment where students discover their own knowledge through student-directed learning. Now here are a few artifacts I would like to present. Thank you for watching. The first artifact that has made an incredible impact on me and the courses that I teach was the introduction to WordPress for our learning log. This was presented in EdTech 501, Introduction to Educational Technology. I was amazed at how many free open source blogging tools were out there, but this was the one that we were initially introduced to. Noticing the power of this tool after using it for the first time, and as I became more familiar to it by displaying artifacts and reflecting on what was learned, I had to implement WordPress in my classroom. Now 99% of my students in each and every class that I teach have a WordPress account. Now the other way that I use WordPress was in the final project in EdTech 506, Graphic Design for Learning. Our goal was to create a unit lesson plan where the instructor could develop a unit using a website or blogging tool to deliver lessons and projects to students. My unit was called Graphic Design Basics. Here's the page and here's how it works. This is my home page. I do a little introduction to a surrealistic or a surrealism assignment that we'll have later on. But this page right here consists of 3 projects within the unit: ligature logo design, business card design, and t-shirt design. So I'll click on one of them. These are my nav tabs, and I'll go to the t-shirt design. And very basically it gives the introduction and it shows all the phases from the thumbnail phase and all the description and descriptions on what you need to do to accomplish it. The comprehensive layout stage on how to design it by hand. The dummy stage where the t-shirt design will position on the shirt. And lastly, the final product created in Adobe Illustrator. I show samples of design work and I present graphic and digital imaging terms and importing and exporting techniques. The last class in the EdTech program that I chose to take was EdTech 541, Integrating Technology in the Classroom. Here I took advantage of another web tool to deliver instruction. It is known as Weebly. Weebly has more tools and typographical attributes to manipulate. Therefore, I used it in this class as well as my ePortfolio. Here I'm presenting the Integrating the Internet assignment called the Thematic Storytelling lesson in my digital photography classes. This gave me the opportunity to incorporate a cross-curricular assignment where students learn about the history of photography as well as the history of the 20th century, focusing on our national parks, the Great Depression, World War II, the Japanese internment camps, and the Civil Rights Movement. This assignment entailed creating a Flickr account to access pictures through the U.S. National Archives, a SlideRoll account, and a SlideShare account to create and present the slideshow on the internet. Now, if you take a look here, you will see The page gives an overview, gives the lesson, gives the objective, and then gives samples of the pictures that were attained through the U.S. National Archives. And down at the bottom here, you can see I present a little civil rights movement SlideShare and how to access SlideShare. And here are two YouTube videos that show you how to create a Flickr account, how to attain photos, and a slide roll account, and how to access and attain an account as well. The next set of artifacts were created in EdTech 502, Internet for Educators. Now, a lot of people would think because I'm a graphic designer that I would know about web page building experience, but that is not really the case. You have graphic designers and you have web page designers and coders. Entering the course, I came in with very little HTML or CSS experience, but immediately I was creating effective functional web pages. Here are two examples I would like to present. The first web artifact is called WebQuest, with art creating in the style of. This is an assignment for art and graphic design students where they will learn about pop artists of the 60s. The student starts off at the home page, which gives the introduction to the assignment. Then the students are directed to research the artists. Ultimately, the WebQuest directs them and guides them throughout the assignment. There is a rubric to see what is expected to receive an A. This site also has a complete lesson plan and rationale behind the lesson so other educators could use the tool. Each one of these navigation tabs are functional, so you can see on to the next or be directed to the next page. The other web page I would like to present is the virtual tour web page. In the summer of 2011, my wife and I and my sister and her husband traveled to Spain. I had to document the trip, therefore building a web page was the perfect thing to do, and it sufficed the assignment. As you can see, the web page starts off with a map of our destinations. Each navigation tab takes you to a town or a city visited. Each page introduces the reader to historic sites, food, artists, and the culture one can experience. In addition to the Iberian Peninsula journey, this can also be used as a learning tool. Each page has a specific assignment where the learner can read and answer questions about each destination. This was a great and very rewarding assignment, and the experience using Dreamweaver for the first time is priceless. The class has impacted my graphic communications background, not only as a designer, but as an educator. So just to show you the page real quick, we have our start and our destinations. First place that we went was Segovia. Second, Madrid, Consuegra, Toledo, Granada, and lastly, Malaga. The last artifact was created in EdTech 513 Multimedia. This course has by far empowered me as an educator. The artifact presented here is my screencast worked example. Teaching the theories of design can be daunting, but teaching the graphic design programs can be very arduous. It takes many years to perfect these skills in the various programs such as Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator. Therefore, creating tutorials has been an amazing experience. EdTech 513 introduced me to Camtasia, a screencast software that has opened my eyes up to so many possibilities as an educator. My screencast worked example is a tutorial on how to create an Andy Warhol image using Adobe Photoshop. Let me show you how important it is utilizing tutorials within the classroom. So here it is, and I'm just very basically going to speed up the process. I have a little introduction, and then I go basically into the process. By the way, this is my daughter that I'm using as an example. So I'm going to go through this. This is very, very quickly, but I just wanted to show you the overall process. And we're coming up to the end, and that's the final product. I speeded it up because it's approximately 20 minutes long. And my conclusion.